Hello snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Yes Basic. This board features Yes's Camrock 444, which is a more pronounced rocker with a tighter camber underfoot. Basically, it's cam rocker. You're going to be able to load that camber section up. It's going to elevate the tip and the tail, which is going to give you ease of entry in and out of turns, as well as more optimal powder float, and help you when you're hitting a rail feature or a box, because some people hit boxes. Boxes are evil. This board is available in 143, 146, 149, 152, 155, 156 wide, 158, 159 wide, 161, and 163 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain in the preseason on a day that was gray skies, clouds, ice, chunder, death cookies, wind, moderately low to high temps, basic typical preseason condition. And I rode it with my K2 Thraxis boots and my Rome Black Label bindings. Alright, so this has that typical middle of the road, all mountain freestyle flex that makes it predictable. You got softer tip and tail, stiffer through the midsection where the camber is. Now you do get more play out in the nose and the tail due to that rocker section. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. It's already accentuated for you to be able to flex it more just because it is rocker. But underfoot, you get more stability and a little bit more stiffness. The torsional flex is there. It's really easy to twist this board and engage it. Overall, it's stable where it counts, playful where you need it. At high speeds and uneven terrain, you are going to feel a little bit of a death rattle. That is going to slightly resonate underfoot, but then that camber section takes over and it makes for a little bit more of a damp ride. When it comes to the pop of this board, the camber section has an exceptional amount of load, and it's just due to the shape of that camber and how much is actually in there. So when you load that up, it activates that rocker section, which becomes like a springboard, and it pops you in the air. It's very easy to engage, and if you're a new or progressing rider that's never ridden full camber, this is a great intermediary for you. It's an introduction to camber basically, because you're going to have to load that center section to get it to pop, but you're still going to have a little more ease with that rocker section. So what it does is it loads up right outside your foot. That activates, springs, pops. Now, I did hit a jump, which could best be described as a roller due to the size. It was preseason. This thing will pop off a lip. You don't really have to worry about it. If you put a little more effort in, you're going to get a little more spring. If you're more laid back and want the lip to throw you, it's going to end up doing all the work. It's a board that you don't have to be overly calculated on when you go in and hit the lip of something. When it comes to buttering and jibbing, we got to talk about the sweet spot of this board, and that's right where the camber comes down and meets the rocker. When you get your weight outside your binding, you're able to nose press, nose butter, tail butter. It doesn't matter. You get your weight out over it, it locks in. You can feel it flexing right at that point where the camber meets the rocker. And then when you want to get out of a butter or a jib, you just engage a little bit and that camber reacts and you get a little bit of snap. Now when you go sideways through a feature, the camber section hugs. Overall, what I like is this board has just a little bit of pop to get you out the end of a feature or snap you out of a butter, but it's not so overwhelming that you can't sizzle and swizzle when you're out there on the mountain. You can get weird, you can get sideways. It holds a press exceptionally well. It's great for someone that's looking to progress with their jibbing and buttering, but isn't going to be overwhelming and demanding. When it comes to carving, one of the big things you need to know about this board is the underbite technology. So right at the inserts, it kind of comes back and it changes that radius and it allows you to ankle steer right underfoot. So you're not driving the board out at the tip and the tail like you would with traditional camber. You're bringing it back more underfoot. This allows you to be a little more laid back with your movements. You don't have to be so calculated and aggressive, but when you do want to be, you steer it from underfoot and you can drive your knee into the center of that board to really apex that carve from the center back through the tail. This is a board that you can be laid back and it'll roll from edge to edge smooth and fluidly, or you can push it to the limit and really lay it over, feel it engage, drive it hard, and lay a trench if you want to. Short, tight, quick carves, long, hard, drawn out carves, everything in between. it can handle it. Yes, there are limitations because of the way this board is designed and who this board is designed for. But if you're progressing, you're going to be fine with being able to take it to the next level. Who's this board for? The progressing rider that wants a board that they're not going to outgrow right away. Something that isn't going to limit them with their expanding capabilities. With the name basic, you'd think that this implies that it's just that basic, but think about who this board's for. A progressing rider that doesn't know any better. Someone that just needs a board that's going to get the job done. That's why it's the basic. It's going to get it done, and it's going to be an approachable board that's going to feel like you've ridden it 100 days. You don't have that weird getting used to it effect. You just hop on it and you go and ride, and you know that it's going to be able to handle everything in front of you. Might not be the best at it, but it will get the job done. And that's what I like about this board. It's a deck that I can pull out of the wrapper, throw my bindings on, go out and ride it, and I don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be able to go to the park. It's gonna be able to go in the trees. I can go chase some pow. I can just cruise a blue groomer if I want to. I don't have to worry about it, and neither will you. Comparable boards: the Rome Warden, the Arbor Element, the Capita Outer Space Living. Binding recommendations: the Now IPO, the Burton Mission, the Union STR. This has been my review of the Yes Basic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you gonna buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.